Hey y'all, my name is Kimberly Weimer. Welcome to a makeup skincare tutorial when opportunity meets makeup simplicity. I have been in this space, this social media space for about 5 years. But prior to that, I was a public school educator. I retired there after 25 years, came here to social media when I figured out some really easy tips for my mature skin. And I simplified all of the things that we see on social media that becomes, it kind of like floods our brain, and then we don't know exactly what we should be doing as our skin changes, as we mature, as we get crow's feet, nasolabial folds, marionette lines. You might hear some squealing in the back. I have a brand new puppy, and I had to put a gate up to keep him safe, and so he doesn't like that very much, but husband's down there taking care of him. So I want to show you some makeup tips and products that have completely changed my skin, number one, and given me a love for makeup and just having a polished look. Now, I am a pretty low maintenance girl, okay? Really low maintenance, okay? But I still like to look radiant, polished when I go out, okay? And I think there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think that it's important to embrace your beauty wherever you are in your stage. And so I'd love to know first and foremost where you're watching from. So say hi, tell me where you're watching from. First and foremost, let's talk about skincare. So right now I don't have anything on my face except for mascara. And I'm proud of that because my skin didn't always look like this without makeup. I kind of turned back the clock by finding some really good, wholesome, plant-based, vegan, non-toxic products, okay? And they all come from South Korea. So if you know anything about Korean skincare, at any point during this live, just comment live and I'll send you all the things. I just find it's easier that way than like just if you comment that you want one particular thing from here, then it just is more efficient because you might want that one thing now, but then, you might want to look at all the things, okay? Have them all presented in front of you. But I'm going to walk through I'm going to talk to you about my skincare, but then I'm going to walk through my makeup, giving you some tips and tricks really quickly, okay? This is just going to be a cumulative makeup tutorial of all the things that I've learned over the course of the last 5 years on my own skin. And I do makeup classes as well in my little small town or just, within the vicinity because I love getting makeup on people's faces. Now, it's important for you to know a couple things, full transparency here. I'm not an esthetician. I am a public school educator, okay? So it is in my blood to learn things. And if I don't know them, this is what I tell my students, I'm going to find that answer out for you. Or better yet, maybe you find out the answer. But so that's how I learn. I just am a lifelong learner. I'm also not a makeup artist. I bow down to those that are makeup artists. That is true artistry. What I do is put makeup on my 55-year-old skin. And I have learned some easy tips and tricks that help us to be able to navigate this really foreign time in our life, especially with all of the things out there. So I've never been 55 before. It's just right now. And when I turn 56, I've never been 56 before. So sometimes we just have to navigate something new. But it's important to understand what works for me may just require some tweaking, but it's a general, these are general tips for mature skin. First and foremost, taking care of your skin is number one. If you haven't had a skincare routine, get one. It's that simple. That's my advice to you. And exfoliate. For the love of Pete, exfoliate your face. Find something that is a gentle exfoliant. You should be doing it 1 to 2 times a week because cellular turnover does not happen like it used to for us, okay? It used to happen about every 28 days. Now it happens every 60 to 90 days. What? And so then your makeup's not going to sit right. I don't care what kind of makeup you use. So you're going to hate your makeup, but it's really a skincare issue. Number 2, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Okay, find products that have hydration in them. Okay, and that could come in a bunch of different forms. Sometimes, like, find and make sure that you're finding products that have good forms of hydration, not distilled water. If it has distilled water in it, don't use it. It's drying. Okay, so if you're not seeing that hydration that you're looking for, my skin's still dry, I'm using look at the ingredients. What kind of water is it in there? So I'm just going to show you really quickly. This is just the ritual that I use along with the cleansers that are not here. It is all Korean skincare. This is actually about a month's worth of product. It's so cute and it travels well. $100 for this, about a month's worth of product. It gives you all the steps, including the exfoliation, and it's all really reasonable. Even the cleansers for Korean skincare, $25. It'll last you months. All right, so comment live if there's anything that you're interested in looking at, listening to, but say hi and let me know where you're watching from. So I'm going to use this little balm stick right here. This is also Korean skincare. One thing that I've learned along the way is there's a lot of skincare stuff out there that we feel like we need to do to our skin. And I was a retinol girl, and then I found some friends that had really good luck with the Korean skincare that I just showed you, and it transformed their skin in a very short period of time. And so I was on a retinol, and I thought, I'll try it. I am really not in favor of putting my retinol aside, but and for the greater good, I need to honestly try this as it is, because these products are meant to be used in steps, by viscosity so that they are absorbed into the skin. And lo and behold, I had better results with this than I ever had with my retinol. Ever. I haven't used a retinol since. So you can go to, if you don't currently follow me, make sure you're doing that first, because if you're commenting live, you might not see my link at all. That's just a standard rule. I'm going to take this balm stick and I'm hydrating underneath of my eyes. I'm hydrating anywhere my face is going to move. Okay. You can even use this on your lips. You can use it on your elbows. You can use it on your, what the heck lines, anywhere. This has ingredients in it that will help with your dark under eyes, has sea berry water in it, all different kinds of good plant ingredients. So, and it's $25. I don't use an expensive eye cream. I used to have to color correct a lot, especially in my dark under eyes. That's truly helped. Now, granted, hyperpigmentation, under eye darkness, wrinkles, a lot of that comes with lifestyle, right? It also comes along for the ride with heredity and genetics. And so but if you're not doing all the right things, I know sometimes we don't know what the right things are, but if you're not doing all the right things, then just that shift can change things altogether. So the next thing I'm going to share with you are products that I have found really work beautifully with the look that I desire. And maybe that's important for you to understand the look that I desire. I really like a natural look. Okay. I am an up close makeup girl. That's what I like. That's my goal. I want my makeup to look great when I'm 3 feet from you, talking to you, when I'm looking in the mirror at myself, 2 feet away, 3 feet away. I want the natural look, polished, not overdone. That's Kim. Okay. And that's the kind of thing that I teach. I'll teach you brush techniques in order to get that look, but most importantly, having your skin in good shape, and then also having the right types of product. Okay. So, couple things. I love creams. Anything that moves with the skin. Okay. I don't use powders. You're not going to see me use a powder. And very few liquids have I found give a really natural look, because they dry down over time. So powders and liquids over time can dry down. That's why they might shift on your face, because when your face moves, it's not. It's staying in place. The other thing that's really important is color. Color. And what I mean is like not bright colors on your face and being overdone. I mean two things. Number one, finding foundation shades that are right for your skin tone. Okay, many times, and because I will personally help color match you, many times if you go in and you try to choose colors and you get it home and you be like, that's way too light, because we think we're lighter than what we are. And that goes for any skin tone, any skin tone. So if you're between two shades, go to the darker, err to the darker side. All right. And the other thing is that colors that complement your skin tone. Are you warm? Do you have warm tones to your skin? Do you have cool tones to your skin? Do you have neutral tones to your skin? And sometimes we're like, you know what? I don't have a dang idea. I don't have any clue whether I'm warm, cool, and that's where I come in, okay? So if you comment live, that's how I can help you to be able to find colors that are right for you. So I'm gonna share a couple products. The first one I'm gonna share is this cushion. Have you ever heard of a cushion before? So a cushion is not a liquid, it's not a powder, and it's not really a cream. It's a cushion. It's like a hybrid between a liquid and a cream. And this one is infused with that Korean skincare that I love and has transformed my skin. I have been loving using this as my foundation so that that base layer is doing all the work of my skincare all day stinking long. When I'm wearing my makeup, it's doing the work of my skincare. All right, so this is a cushion. I love, like I said, a natural look. So I'm gonna take a brush that has more of a fluffy end. That's because I like a lighter coverage. If you like more of a fuller coverage, then you need to find something that has more of a dense end. Let me give you an example here. Something that has more of a dense end. Okay, this is the powder brush. And I need to tell you this. Right now, the makeup and if you comment live, you're going to be able to get a link to the warehouse sale. Some of this makeup, like this brush, is half off right now. It's the powder brush. It's absolutely freaking amazing. And it's half off right now. And I'm going to share some other makeup that's all half off. Eyeshadows, lip colors, cheek colors, all the things. So let me show you how I apply this though. So this is the cushion and it feels kind of spongy. It reminds me of the CoverGirl Makeup Compact that my mom used to use all the years ago, but it's not a powder, right? It's refillable, okay? So this actually pops out, and let me show you the box. So what the box looks like, inside of the box is another refill, all right? So you actually get two in the box, 55 bucks. Y'all, how much do you spend on your foundation? When you go even to the drugstore and you're buying whatever foundation, you're probably spending $20 or $30. Well, is it infused with Korean skincare? Is it really the right color for you? Is it lasting a good long time for you? Are you having to squeeze the bottle to the very end? This will last you 2 to 3 months, just depends on how much you go in with it. So just comment live and you can get all the links. So here's what I'm gonna do. I want to show you guys underneath the here, there's still tons of makeup. I've had this since March, all right? And I am gonna feather this baby in. I'm gonna try and scoot closer. The last time I tried to zoom in, I spun my camera around and everybody on my live was looking at my yard and I couldn't get it spun back around. So now I'm afraid to zoom in. So I'm just gonna try and get as close so you can see how natural this is. You can see a little bit of redness on my nose, so I want you to see coverage, okay? You can see a little bit of darkness under my eyes, so I want you to see coverage. And let me tell you this, it's not gonna crease. I love feeling so confident saying that, but this cushion doesn't do that. All right, now I have my skin prepped when hydrated with that balm that's $25 stinking, and it's so nice because you don't want your makeup to grab onto your dry skin. So hydration is so important. Now, did you notice what else I'm doing? I'm just filling in where I want to even out my skin tone. Okay, I didn't take the bottle. I see this all the time on social media. Like they'll take this bottle and they'll like squirt it on their face, and then it's like liquid like running down their face. Wow, that's like a waste. And what is the goal? It's coverage. But they're kind of making their face all one-dimensional. And if you want coverage, just find a foundation that you can cover where you need the coverage, okay? And that comes in color, and I can help with all that. Just comment live if there's anything that you want. Well, I'll just send you all the links. All right, so the next thing now I've found a nice foundation that is just evening out my skin tone. It is Korean skincare infused in this, but look at it. The light is bouncing off of it. The light is bouncing off of it like it's still my skin, okay? I didn't like suck the life out of my face. My face still has life, all right? And I still look like me. And that's the goal for me, okay? Maybe that's not the goal for you. If you love a fuller coverage, then you can build this product, meaning you can add more. It all comes in brush technique. You would use more of a stippling motion so that you could go back in, build where you need it. Okay, maybe you have a big age spot here. Build around the age spot. What? Why would you build around the age spot? Because if you only build on top of the age spot, you're darkening that. But then this area is not going to, the area around it is not going to blend with it. That area is just going to be darker, right? So you want to blend around it first and then look and determine, how much do I need on top of that age spot in order to cover? And you can also color correct. Finding something that has some yellow, orangey tones is a really good idea, but this covers really well. All right, then when the title of this makeup tutorial is When Opportunity Meets Simplicity. Okay, so simple skincare, you don't need to overthink it, you just do the steps. And then you have all of your makeup in one simple palette. This is the company, it's called Saint. It is having a warehouse sale right now. Everything in here is personalized to me. Look how cute this is, okay? So it's just a little bit bigger than a deck of cards, but they come smaller. This is one compact makeup system. I love this. I found this 5 years ago during COVID when nobody was going out into all the cosmetic stores. And I'm like, this is freaking genius. And here's what's even more genius. All of the colors in here are creams, except for I have some powder eyeshadows, are creams, and they are built for my skin tone, okay? So I have cool to neutral skin tone. So everything in here is for my skin tone. I often get asked, Kim, send me some things, send me some eyeshadows for blue eyes. I get it, and I do that. I have those things available to people, but I like to take it one step further for you. Send me some eyeshadows that are good for cool-toned, blue-eyed people. That's what I want. If I go to place warm tones on my eyes, but yet everything else is cool-toned, lavenders, pinks, blues, kind of muted shades, those are my jam, okay? Those are what I look best in. And then I take the colors for blue eyes that a lot of people like to use are burnt orange, rust. Those look okay on me, and they definitely make my blue eyes pop. But the overall look is not like in harmony. Does that make sense? So when I help you build your palette, I'm going to take all of those things into consideration, or maybe you already know what those are. All right. Thank you, Nicole. Yay. So let me show you my one compact makeup system and tell you why I love it so much. It truly is the OG. It's like this. I try other things. Listen, this just came in the mail. They send me things all the time to try. And I do try them. But I keep coming back to this baby because why not? It's all TSA approved. Why not come back to the thing that helped you love makeup again, that helped you look beautiful in makeup again? And it's also makeup that's going to grow and age with you because of the consistency of it. So I took my Korean skincare, my cushion, and that became my foundation, right? And now I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to go in here to my concealer, but in the Saint world, they call them highlights. I'm going into a lighter highlight, and I'm going to brighten right here, just like this. Now, if you want a color match to help build a palette, I'm going to give you foundation colors too, okay? But if you want match to a cushion, we can do that too. But take a look at just brightening like I did. I didn't fill in completely underneath of my eyes because anywhere I put a very light product is going to grab somebody's attention. And I got a lot going on under there. I've got some, you know, crow's feet. I've got like lots of texture there. So if I'm going to place a light color there, the world is going to notice it. So I like to just take my cushion all the way up underneath. And if I do need to color correct, I can do that too. So I even put a color corrector in my palette, okay? So on the days that I need it. When you can personalize things, I remember the days when, my name is Kimberly, common name. So when you go into stores and you see the keychain with your names on it, you know, that's fun, right? And my daughters both have pretty unique names. Raisley never has found anything personalized. So we ended up having to go get things that would have her name personalized on it. And for those times when you feel so special having something personalized, you can personalize this. This is your makeup. Your palette's not going to look like my palette. And it's not supposed to because everybody's makeup needs are different. Some people are like, Kim, I don't do foundation, but I want a blush. I need a color corrector. I need a bronzer. And so I'll build you one, and then you decide what you want to take out and what you want to put back in there, okay? But it's really helpful. It's affordable too. I always forget to say that. And anything over $50 is shipped free, but it's really affordable. Each one of these little guys is $16. Do they have blush and powder? They don't have blush, not here. They don't have blush and powder because it's not recommended for mature women. And if your cream doesn't stay on, then add a powder on top of your cream. That's more recommended, so try that. Also, whenever you're putting on your blush, you want to dab in a circle, okay? And the reason you want to do that is because that's the natural flow of your pores. That's the way that your skin kind of sits. So put it in a circle. Yeah, Kim, just go ahead and comment live. You're going to get all of the links if you need a color match for anything. So did you see how I brightened? All right. You can, if you're in the UK, you can get the makeup. Now here's what else I'm going to do. I'm going to jump into a bronzer. And this actually, no, here's what I'll do because this one's on clearance right now. This is Fiji. It's on 50% off. It is a bronzer. I'm sticking this in your palette because there's a warehouse sale right now. If you want color matched, I'm putting as many of the clearance things in your color match right now. And it's while quantities last. And so when I'm building palettes for people, there's so many beautiful lip and cheek shades. Like these are just a few of them. Here's a few more. So many are on clearance that I am finding ones that I think would benefit you and sticking those and making those recommendations in your palette. I'm making recommendations for the powder brush because it's half off. And then there's an eyeshadow brush. Let me find it here. It's called the Blur Brush. Right here, the Blur Brush. That's on sale 50% off right now. I'm not recommending that as your eyeshadow brush. So I'm trying to give this to you at the most economical price. All right, so I'm going to take Fiji and I'm going to place it right up here at my hairline. All you've got to do is comment live, and you'll get all the thingamajobbies. Okay, whoops, I keep Fiji's on this lower level here. I'm going to keep it on top of my cheekbone. All right, Fiji is going on top of my cheekbone. So when we contour, if I contour low, it's going to drag my face down. And everything is drooping enough, if you know what I mean. We don't need any more droopiness, so we're going to keep it high. And what I love is that you don't have to work hard to blend this. Because it's a cream, it's going to melt. So y'all watch, if you order, y'all watch for your shipment, because you don't want to let it sit in your mailbox for an extended period of time, or it'll melt. But the plus side of that is it's melting into my skin right now, and it's so easy to blend. My skin is warm, the makeup is warm because my house is warm right now. And so, and if the makeup gets stiff, you can set it in your window to warm up. You can run a hairdryer over it for a few seconds. It'll be so easy to blend. All right, so now if I take a little bit of Fiji, and I'm just gonna tap it on my nose. So I really like a bronzy kind of look. Now I'm gonna go back in with that concealer. And if you order, you will get a video of me showing you how to apply all of this, okay? So I love working with you. That's not gonna stay there, but what I did was I took a little bit of my brightening shade, you call it a concealer, and call it whatever you want, and I'm just gonna put it right down the middle of my nose. So now I brought light to the center of my face. How pretty is that? It's like the easiest thing ever. And yet we never think about it. All we think about is, let's go ahead and lighten these under eyes. Which reminds me, let me tell you about this trick really quickly, because it's sunglass season. And if you live in a warm climate, then you probably wear sunglasses all year long. I live where there are 4 seasons, and I feel like it's dark from November to March here. So sunglasses aren't like hugely popular. But what ended up happening is you end up getting light right here, right? So the opposite happens in that you have this light that doesn't match the rest of your face because you've been wearing sunglasses. Give me a heart if that's your issue, because I'm going to tell you how to fix it. So we often think, I have to take this color away. I have to remove color from my face. Hence hyperpigmentation, a big age spot. I got to get that out of there. It's the disparity in color that is making the distraction obvious, right? It's because some things are dark and some things are light. But for whatever reason, we always think, let me take the dark things and make them lighter. But we never think, let me take the light things and make them darker. And why is that? And speaking primarily of that under eye area in the mature skin space, all you have to do is this. All you have to do, it's the simplest thing ever. You take a little brush, okay? Find yourself a little brush. Get yourself a little bit of bronzer, and I mean the tiniest amount. And you are just going to fill in, and I don't have that issue, so it's kind of really hard to share it right now. But you're going to tap a little bit of bronzer in the light area. And I mean the littlest. Your job is not to make the under eye orange. Your job is to kind of meet in the middle. So if you have the darkest part of your face here and the lightest part of your face here, you want to add a wee little bit of bronzer to kind of meet in the middle so that that light area is not as obvious. It's simple. Cream products, that's where it's at. All right, so now I've built my compact to have several things in it. I have a lip and cheek color. I have 4 eyeshadows. All 4 of these eyeshadows are on clearance right now. So I'll show you a really fun, easy eyeshadow look, and I'll tell you what they are. And then I put some lip and cheek colors down here. So let me go in with one of these that look crazy bright and show you how forgiving and beautiful they are on the skin. Debbie, let's talk about eye bags in just a minute. I'm going to come right back to your question. So I'm going to jump into this really bright orange. Okay, coral. You're from the coral family. If I would have seen this, let's say in a lipstick shade, this is not me typically, okay? But if I would have seen this 5 years ago hanging in the drugstore, I'd be like, that's not me. I'm just a neutral girl. Just give me the mauve and let me, move on. But I want to show you what happens when you're using cream products. And I'm also telling you this, so when I send you back your color match, you're like, I'm not doing that, Kim. That's just not me. I know what I'm doing, and I know what's going to look beautiful on your skin. Okay, so, and this is for cheek purposes only. This is called Tiger Lily. It's on clearance, so it's like, I don't know, $8 right now. And I want to show you how beautiful it is on the cheeks, because I can go in and add however much color I want to this. If I want this to be really freaking bold, I'll go in with bold. But if I just want it to look flush, then that's what it's going to look like. Okay, so this is Tiger Lily. I think Tiger Lily was one of the characters in Peter Pan, okay, that he was trying to rescue from Captain Hook. How beautiful is Tiger Lily? Again, up close makeup. That's what I specialize in. If you don't currently follow me, make sure that you click my photo up in the upper corner, click follow so that you're continuing to get all of these simple, easy makeup tips. That's what I love doing, helping people to navigate midlife. I also will talk a lot about skincare. I like to poke fun at myself and navigating through menopause and all the things. I share a lot from Amazon finds. So if that's something that tickles your fancy, make sure you click follow. So let's go in and let's take a look at some of these other shades that we have here. Check this one out. Do you think I use it a lot? I do. The reason I do is because it's that pink, that nice pink that can be bold. There she is. There's her lips. They're making a statement, or it can be really natural. So let me show you. This one is called Pinky Promise. Look at me. I'm just tapping it on to tint my lips. Okay. I want to address Debbie's eye bag question really quickly. Eye bags are not going to be hidden with makeup. Okay? There is not a makeup that is going to take away your eye bags. Eye bags come from a couple of different things. It's inflammation. It can also be genetics. It can also be hydration. It can be lymphatic drainage, like a stagnant lymph. It can be sleep. Okay? It's a lot of things. All right? Finding yourself an ice roller for underneath of your eyes, using gua sha, making sure you're hydrating, like all the things. Really, really important. But what you can do to distract from the eye bag is take a look, and I can kind of, my bags aren't real prominent today. Depends on the day, okay? But you can see the trough, all right? So the swelling is here. The trough is what accentuates the swelling, all right? The puffiness, that's the baggage. The trough is what accentuates the baggage. So, first of all, note what color your trough is. Is it any color? All right? Is it? Yeah. Frenchie is a lip, a cheek color, and it's also a color corrector. If there is any discoloration, let's say you mentioned Frenchie. Okay, here's Frenchie. I can take a little bit of Frenchie. I'm going to use a small brush here to show you guys. Can take a little bit of Frenchie, put it on a brush. It's orange, because this is actually blue, all right? And I can take Frenchie and place it in the trough. I don't know how much, because like I said, my inflammation is not bad today. Hallelujah. That's not always the case. All right, so I'm going to color correct the trough. Oh, see, now you can see it whenever I look up. That's the idea. Like, you don't walk around going like this, look at my eye bags. You walk around looking straight ahead. All right, so color correcting the trough. If your trough is more purple, then you want something that has more yellow in it. The other product I really like, let me show it to you. It is a color corrector by a company called Amazing Cosmetics. I think they give me 20% discount to give to you guys. Comment live if there's anything that you're interested in seeing, because I'll just send you all the stuff. But on one side, it's the yellow, which is really good for color correcting purple and brightening. And then on the other side is peach, which is really great for blue. If you don't already have something peach to color correct in your stash, get something peach, okay? All right, so then you should color correct first, Debbie, okay? I went backwards because I didn't really color correct at all. I really wanted to show you how much the cushion covered. Then you would go in with your regular foundation and you would go over top of that peach color, all right? So the trough is the secret. Color correcting the trough, and then it just makes them less obvious. Brightening that sweet spot where I showed you, okay? Basically, if you lay your fingers in the corners of your eyes, right along the bridge of your nose, that is the sweet spot. Brighten there, and then I just took a wee little bit right down the bridge of my nose. All right, you don't have to do your nose. It's just an option. You might see people doing this outer corner of their eye, okay? Yeah, definitely you can do that. And I saw something about G1 and O3 from Saint. Yeah, then they're not the right color for you. Well, you're gonna now keep in mind, you're not seeing dark eye bags. You're seeing darkness. Your eye bags, your makeup is not going to cover your eye bag. That's texture. That is inflammation. Okay? There's nothing in makeup that makes your eye bag shrink. It is a nuance of figuring out how you're going to distract from the eye bag. And what makes the eye bag, magnifies the eye bag, is the trough itself. All right, I was talking about crow's feet, and some people you'll see them put their brightening highlight here and here. But look at that. If I put a really bright color here, it's going to accentuate them even more. So I refrain from that. I don't do Botox fillers, anything, so my face moves a lot. So I'm really conscientious of the movement, and I'm not afraid of movement at all. I'm just trying to navigate through where I need light products, where I need darker, and where I need to meet somewhere in the middle. And so the darker, my bronzer, is meant to sculpt and give my face shape and dimension. And the really light is meant to bring light to my face. And then the regular main shade is meant to add coverage and even it out, okay? So when you come in with that approach, then what ends up happening is you use less makeup. You use less because you have a goal. You want to highlight your cheekbones, bring warmth to your face by adding your bronzer, your contour, whatever that is that you, and then you want to brighten and make yourself look wide awake, because that's what's going to bring light. It's like that flashbulb effect. And then you want to add color like you do with your blush and your lip color. All right. G1, that's green one. So what's green do? Let's look at this. What's green do? Well, green is going to cover a lot of things that have red. Like green is really great for red. So if you're not seeing red, then that's probably why green's not working. Most of the time in the under eye area, it's blue or purple. So you need peach or yellow, okay? You need peach or yellow. Mango, if you're getting Saint, mango is really great for under eyes. Write that down, mango for under eyes. I actually did a video not too long ago. So, I wish my brushes were cleaner. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyelids. This is Sigma Primer. Y'all, if you don't do eyeshadow, that's okay. On a lot of days I don't, but this primer, you don't need eyeshadow with it, but look at it. It's, guess what? It's peach. So, and it's matte. It's not shiny. It's just gonna even out all the discoloration. Okay. And then it makes it so easy if I just want to keep mascara and go. Like this is an everyday look, right? Clearance shadows. This one is called Claire. I'm gonna go in with Claire. It's like it's a really nice matte pink. And I've done this demonstration on several occasions over the course of the last week in my stories. So on my lips, Pinky Promise. And it's on clearance too. So, mango is where you have darkness, okay? Color correct where you need color correction. Look in the mirror, look up close and say, I have darkness right here. That darkness is, question mark, blue, purple, you know, most of the time. I don't want to overwhelm you with a bunch of colors. Just say to yourself, is this more blue or is this more purple? And you're gonna say, it's dark. No kidding, that's what it is. But the underlying color is mostly blue. I will tell you. So mango would go where the darkness is. And then you put your main shade over top. How pretty is Claire by itself? I love Claire. All right, now look at this bright fuchsia. This is called Mija. All right, 100% of the proceeds going to foster care awareness for Mija. Tap off your excess. Now I start to work now and on the outer corner, and I like to build color there. All right. Woohoo! That's awesome. So Frenchie is working for you. That's the peach color. It's called Frenchie, and it can be used on your lips and your cheeks and your dark circles too. Y'all see what's happening here? Look at this. Look how pretty that is with Mija. Claire. These are all half off. Tap, tap, tap. Eyes open. I want my color not in my crease. I have deep set eyes, which means my brow bone is protruding out. This crease is not going to get any less deep. It's going to continue to get more deep as I lose volume in my eyes. Okay, it's happening, it's coming. I'm buckling up, here we go. So I've got to try to adjust accordingly. And I'm okay with it, all right? But that's the fact of the matter. And so when I take a really dark color, and I place it in my crease, dark, it makes an area recede and look deeper. So I try to stay away from deepening my entire crease. I focus on that outer corner and bringing color out that way to provide lift, but not to drag it down. So I use this from the corner of my nose to the corner of my eye to the corner of the brow, and I don't go beyond that. All right? I don't go beyond that. Otherwise, it's going to start dragging clear down here and drag my entire eye down. All right, so now I'm going to go in with this color called Pomegranate, and it takes the smallest amount. These eyeshadows are big. What I love about building the compact like this is, let me know if you were the girl that would go and buy the eyeshadow palette that would have 6 shades and you use 2. And then you were like, well, now crap, what am I going to do with the other 4 shades? I'm never going to use them. I don't even like them. So that now you can build a compact with just the colors that you know that you're going to use. And when you run out, you just replace just that one. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to draw a straight line from the corner, almost like 2 lashes in. All right, 2 lashes in. This is with the darkest color. 2 lashes in. Get my hair out of the way. And then I'm going to go past my crease and up toward more toward my brow. All right, so you can see this line. I don't want to go straight out here. Okay, that's just going whenever you can see if I just act normal, look normal, act normal. That's not in my vocabulary, but look normal. That would just end up bringing my eye down. So I like a lot of lift. So I'm just going to go 2 lashes in, straight up toward my brow, up past my crease. All right. Again, I don't want to bury the color in my crease. Got to go up above it. Yeah, let me swatch this color for you. It is a burgundy. Okay, that looks brown, but it's more like from the mauve family. Pomegranate is the bomb, and it is for cool and warm skin tones. That's why I keep using these colors. All right, now we're gonna do 2 lashes in, up past my crease. I bypassed it just a little bit, okay? So it's, and if you have hooded eyes, this same strategy works. All right, and then I'm just gonna kind of blend in. How beautiful is that? It's so pretty. And if you want to stray away from dark eyeliner or any eyeliner, I'm gonna use pomegranate and just fill in right underneath of my lash line. How pretty is that? Comment live if you want the links to anything that we're talking about. And I mean, if you just popped on just now and you're just comment live, and then you can take a minute to pilfer through anything else. All right, so let's talk shimmer eyeshadow. All right, if I put shimmer on underneath of my brow, that protrudes, okay? Then it's going to make it protrude more. So the only place that I will put shimmer eyeshadow is on my lid, okay? And I think that is perfectly okay. I actually love it. All right, I actually love it. Can we look how pretty that is? So we just did a full tutorial using these colors. I'm gonna tell you what they are right now, and they're all half off right now. But if you comment live, you'll get the link to the website. But this is Claire, Mija, Pomegranate, and Foxy. Foxy. All right, I'm just gonna add a little bit more mascara. And this mascara is by Thrive, okay? I already applied it this morning, and so I'm just going over top of it. But this is not black mascara. It is called Crystal. It is very popular on Thrive's website. It says it's a bestseller, and here's why I believe it is. If you have, the odor that you get, black in general around the eye, so heavy black eyeliner, black mascara, if it's not done in a kind of like a soft way, it can look very harsh and it can be aging. Crystal is like a brown burgundy, a brown maroon color. This is the color of it. And I love it. It's soft, it's feminine, it's not overdone. And it is their liquid lash extensions by Thrive, okay? I'm sorry, I don't have a code. I don't collaborate with them. It's just my favorite. And the reason that I love it, is because it comes off really nicely when I wash my face. I'm the type that does not want to chisel to get my mascara off, or I'm completely turned off to it. The only occasion where I would want a waterproof mascara, and I like Prime Lash for this reason, is a special event that you know you're going to be tearing up. A wedding, you know, you might cry at a particular event, then yeah, a waterproof, because we're not doing that, removing it every day. All right, and then the last step that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this, my favorite setting spray. Okay, so I have all setting sprays coming out the old wazoo, like all different setting sprays here. And then Saint setting spray, but Rimmon, the Korean skincare company, came out with a setting spray in April. It is amazing. You can even use this to prime your face with also. It smells amazing, but not overpowering. It smells like fresh air. And the spray is not a water hose to the face. Okay, and then your makeup will last all day. The cushion lasts so stinking long. It's fabulous. It doesn't crease. So, where can you get Saint? Right now, you can get Saint in the United States. You can get Saint in Canada. You can get Saint in the United Kingdom. Where can you get Rimmon? You can get Rimmon in the United States, in Canada, in Hong Kong, in Malaysia, in Singapore, in Mexico. I feel like there's a couple more countries. All you do when you get the link to Rimmon is you go up and change the country wherever you are. Okay? It's not to Australia just yet. It's not to the United Kingdom just yet. The Korean skincare is not, but they're growing so quickly. They opened to 7 countries in like the last 3 months. So it's growing so quickly. It's only a matter of time if you hang in there with me. But that's it. You know, let me know if there was something that stood out to you that you learned from this tutorial, that you, that's sitting well with you, that makes you feel like, I think I'm finally getting the answers that I was looking for. Because that's always my goal. That's the teacher in me, to make sure that when you leave a video of mine, or you leave a live, or you watch a 30-second or a 60-second tutorial of mine, that you're leaving understanding what I am trying to serve you with, okay? And the other thing I want to say is there are no rules with makeup, okay? I teach basic principles that have worked well with me for the overall look that I'm going for, but makeup is a form of self-expression. And we see that out in public all the time at social events. You know, some people love a full face of makeup. That's awesome. And that's awesome that you feel comfortable doing that. But if you are in this space where you're like, I just stopped wearing makeup altogether because I just don't get it, there's just too much out there, then that's probably where you might need a little bit more of the things that I'm giving you, the things that I'm putting out there, because that was the space that I was in when I found makeup and came here to social media, because I thought there'd be other people out there just like me. And it turns out there was. So my name is Kim. I am an over 50 makeup and beauty teacher, here to share all that I'm learning still, all that I love for the novice, the beginner, and all women in midlife trying to find their way with makeup and skincare at this point in your life, this season. All right. So you all are awesome. Comment live if there is anything that you want. That's the ticket to getting the links to everything. I'm going to be uploading this live. So if you didn't get a chance, or you just now popped on, just give it a few minutes. It'll upload and you can come back and watch it. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining me. Have a good one.